Are you an ADHDer who has a little voice inside her head that you feel like you can't control? She might tell you that you can't accomplish certain things or that you're simply not good enough. She might even be the one who's responsible for the debilitating feelings of rejection sensitivity, feeding a narrative of someone not liking you or rejecting you in some way. This is what rumination is and how it might manifest for ADHDers. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to catch rumination before it takes control of you, just like my client Nash has managed to do. And if you're late diagnosed with ADHD or you believe you have it, helping women with ADHD have emotional control is what I've dedicated my life to and what I love doing because I too have ADHD and I know firsthand how difficult it is to navigate ADHD when you don't have the right supports in place. I'd love to speak to you directly and to offer you my support. The link to book a call with me is in the description of this video. Now, before we get into the tips on how to stop rumination in its tracks, let's go over why ADHDers tend to be inside our heads more often than not. We really struggle with big emotions, also known as emotional dysregulation. Our impaired executive functions can make it hard for us to stop or to divert our thought processes. We have both the gift of hyperfocus as well as the curse of hyperfocus. Hyperfocus is a gift when we love our job and we can really get into the zone. But hyperfocus is a curse when it takes us down into rumination and being really hard on ourselves with negative self-talk. We struggle with stress management and anxiety, which can lead to us also having negative self-talk and rumination. So how do we stop that little voice in our heads before it turns into full-blown rumination? Tip number one is learning to recognize that we are always in the present moment. The present moment is actually all we ever have. When we're ruminating, we are either thinking about the past and something that's already happened, or we're anticipating a future event. If you have a brief moment where you realize that you are ruminating, you can simply say to yourself, I am in the here and now. I'm not currently in this past event and or this situation that hasn't happened yet. Tip number two is to become the detective to your internal chatter and to get curious about what she is saying to you. If you tell yourself a blanket statement like, I screw everything up, get curious about what you just said to yourself. You actually screw everything up? Or did you simply make a mistake in this specific situation? And this one situation doesn't define you. A blanket statement like, I screw everything up, casts far wider than is actually true. But our brain believes the things that we tell it, and that's why so many ADHDers struggle with our self-esteem. Tip number three is to start documenting your wins, even the tiny ones. We're so good at taking a tally of where we've come up short, but how often do we celebrate our wins? Part of the reason so many of us have trouble remembering our wins is our poor working memory, and it is way easier to remember something that is attached to an emotion we have felt, like a failure of some sort. The essence of neuroplasticity is creating new neural pathways, and recording your wins, even the small ones, especially the small ones, is a great way to do this. I go over all of these things in depth in my coaching program that was designed exclusively for late diagnosed ADHD women. Again, if this is something that you struggle with, there is a link to book a call with me in the description of this video. I would absolutely love to chat with you to see how I can support you, and the call is absolutely free. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this video helpful. I come out with videos like this every single week. So if you're not already subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you never miss a video from me. I will see you next week in the next video.